The strange speed of existence is not that life moves fast. It is that we never notice how fast it was until it has already happened. It almost as if life has one rule. The days are long enough to complain about, but the years are too short to believe. You see, human beings have a remarkable talent for missing the moment they will call later the good old days. As children, a year feels enormous. A single afternoon can contain an adventure. Waiting for a birthday feels like waiting for end of the history. Summer seems endless. Time stretches because we do not know what it is. We simply live inside it. Then something changes. One day someone asks how old you are and you have to stop and think. The strange thing is that you don't feel older. You just keep updating your software while insisting you are the original version. You realize that the songs you love are old songs, the people you admire are growing old, the places you knew have changed, friends disappear into marriages, jobs, cities, and responsibilities. The weird part is that nobody announces this change. Your friends don't say, hey, this is the last random Tuesday we'll ever meet. One day they are available all the time, the next day you need to book an appointment 3 weeks in advance. Including me, when my friends call me, I have to tell them, I'm becoming busier day by day. Please let us fix the time and then talk. You see, at some point, your friends group stops asking, hey, are you free tonight? They start asking, are you free in November? The strange thing is that nobody remembers pressing the fast forward button. You see, existence has a peculiar habit. While we are living in it, it feels ordinary. Only in memory does it become astonishing. Think about yesterday. At one point, it was the future. You worried about it. You planned for it. You imagined a conversation that never happened and disaster that never arrived. Now it is gone. Last year was once next year. Your childhood was once tomorrow. One day, this very moment will become something you vaguely remember while trying to fall asleep. Time has a strange sense of humor. It turns our greatest concern into forgotten details. But you are not time nor the person who has forgotten. You are the self-aware reality, which is the substratum of all, on which the person who is forgetting and the act of forgetting exists. You see, the strange speed of existence is not measured by clocks. A clock moves 1 second at a time. Human life does not. We skip entire weeks because of a routine. We lose months to work. We forget seasons. Sometimes we wake up and wonder where the year went, as if somebody borrowed it and forgot it to return. We don't lose years to doing extraordinary things. We lose them by saying, I will start probably the next Monday. Perhaps this is because we are rarely where we are. When we are young, we wanted to be older. When we are older, we wanted to be young. At work, we think about home. At home, we think about work. During the week, we wait for the weekend. During the weekend, we worry about the Monday. We spend so much of life mentally living the present that we are surprised when it leaves without us. It is like buying a ticket for a journey and spending the entire trip reading reviews about the destination. Human beings are the only tourists who visit the future and complain about missing the present. Half of the reviews are from people who didn't even enjoy the trip because they were busy writing reviews. You see, the strange part is that we know this. That's our gift and curse. Human beings are probably the only creature that can ruin a beautiful day by thinking about meeting on Tuesday or Thursday. A bird sits on a branch. A dog sleeps in the sun. A tree stands through the season. Meanwhile, a human being can sit under the same tree and become anxious about a conversation that has not yet happened with the person who is not yet there about a problem that may never exist. Consciousness is a remarkable invention. It allows us to travel through the time without moving. Unfortunately, we rarely visit the present. Perhaps that is why existence feels so fast. We are always somewhere else. Then there is memory. Memory does something very strange. It edits. Nobody remembers every breakfast they ever ate. Nobody remembers every walk or every ordinary afternoon. Memory keeps only fragments. A laugh, a face, a goodbye, a smell of rain, a hospital room, a sunset, or a voice that no longer exists except in your own head. Then memory stitches these pieces together and calls them alive. Apparently, 20 years can be summarized by one embarrassing haircut and the smell of your grandmother's kitchen. The funny thing is that we don't remember life as it happened. We remember the highlights and assume the rest was character development. You see, you are not what you know, you are the substratum. Turn your own mind within and see things for yourself. Then you will understand that you are the self aware reality from the day one. You are not the person, nor the life, nor the desire, nor the body, nor the mind. You are that on which all these things are existing. It's such a simple truth. It seems very difficult in the initial because the mind loves complicated stuff. It wants to know the entire story like a Christopher Nolan movie. But it is not. The moment you turn your mind within, it will be difficult. But you have to keep doing it. Then you will understand the truth was very simple from the day one. You see, the strange speed of existence might simply be the speed at which moments become stories. But why does this trouble us so much? What is there in this? Why do we fear that life is passing too quickly? Perhaps because we confuse moment with meaning. Even I myself sometimes wonder, how is that life is going so fast? 2 years ago I was a musician in an extraordinary organization performing around the world, and now I'm sitting here and talking wisdom. How and what and why? Because we are confusing moment with meaning. We believe that enough time should eventually produce understanding. See, we all think like that. We think that if we live long enough, there will be a day when everything finally makes sense. The right job, the right love, the right purpose, the right answer. We imagine that wisdom is waiting for us somewhere ahead. So we keep running. And we have been told to run. But life has a bad habit of moving the finish line. It hates you. So it keeps moving the finish line. A child wants freedom, an adult wants stability, an old person wants one more afternoon. But life has a bad habit of moving the finish line, you see. You think, if I just get through the school, that there is college, then there is a job, then there is a promotion, then there is a house. At some point you realize life has become a video game with unlimited levels. The desires change, the running remains. It is a little like chasing the horizon. The faster you go, the more faithfully it escapes. Maybe the strange speed of existence comes from our own refusal to arrive. Then we ask the biggest question, why? Why all these things in the first place? Why does life move this way? Why does time seem to accelerate? Why do moments disappear? Why do people come and go? Why does happiness vanish while sadness lingers? Happiness is like, the free trials, in every subscription plan. That's it. Why does everything beautiful seem temporary? You see, human beings ask these questions because we think existence owes us an explanation. But perhaps that expectation is the oldest joke in history. The universe never promised that we would understand it. Only humans demand a meeting with reality's management. And reality never answers the email. Maybe the strange speed of existence is simply existence refusing to stop for our questions. It keeps moving. Birth becomes childhood, childhood becomes youth, youth becomes adulthood, adulthood becomes old age, one generation replaces the another, cities rise and disappear, languages are invented and forgotten, entire civilization becomes chapter in books. The universe does not hesitate, it simply continues. Before you called yourself anything, self-aware reality was there. You are the substratum on which all those things are happening, all these things that I'm speaking are happening. Turn your mind within and please see this for yourself. It's a beautiful truth, but an ugly truth for the mind which seeks poetry. However, this is the truth. Before you had ambitions, fear, beliefs, victories or regrets, there was self-aware reality and you are that. Your original true nature is silence, not what you know, what you think. That does not race through time the way everything else seems to. It's simply there, aware only of itself, and on that the absurd universe and the world is existing. Perhaps that is the final absurdity. We spend our lives trying to catch existence when existence was never running. It was only the events that was running. The strange speed of existence belongs to the story, not to the simple fact that there is awareness of the story. You are that pure awareness before everything that you name, before anything that you see. Well, I might sound poetic, but this is how it is. You can understand this not by listening to me or not by reading books or not by visiting me or mailing me. You will understand this only when you turn your mind within. A noise can understand silence not by visiting a noise which has met silence. A noise can understand silence only when it stops making noise. Your true nature is silence. It's not childhood or adulthood and things like that. Turn your mind within and see that you are prior to all joy, prior to all knowing, prior to the mind, prior to science, prior to all kinds of philosophy, including non-duality. You are that on which all those things that you name exist. You are the self-aware reality. Ultimately, I will conclude my speech by saying that follow the message, not the messenger. I'm doing all the social media just to make a living and for the joy of speaking alone. You are the self-aware reality, which is the substratum of all, whether you like it or not, or believe it or not. Thank you.